Welcome back to a welcome back to another episode of Views from the 50, an NFL podcast where we provide coverage on all things NFL. I'm your co-host El Jefe, and I'm joined here tonight by my fellow members of the SFN crew. How's everybody doing tonight?
Good.
Man, them
Good.
calm. Another calm night for the man, them.
Okay.
We had another week, man. We had it.
another week back at it, another calm week back at it. All right, well, let's start this week out far away out in Germany, fellas, where the Dolphins got shut out first half, then the Chiefs ended up getting shut out in the second half, but in the end, the Chiefs ended up coming away with more points, so they were the victors here. Chiefs won this matchup, which to me was a little surprising. They went down there a little bit later. I thought the Dolphins would be ready to play, based off the fact that they were also that they came down there a little bit sooner. I thought they'd be more accustomed to the time changes and more practice time there around that air quality and just everything about that. So I was a little surprised how they got shut out and weren't able to get things going that first half. But man, how did y'all feel about that game in Germany?
Honestly, yeah, it didn't make any sense because, like I said, we spoke about it. We thought that the Dolphins were going to go in there and handle business, and they didn't. I don't know what it was, but the Chiefs defense actually showed up for once, and they haven't looked this good. Like, I was probably say ever, all the way through that first half, when they shot about 21-0, they were looking unstoppable. But that's not something you'll see every week. So, but it is impressive to see from the Chiefs. But it is something to think about that the Dolphins aren't winning against good teams. So,
Yeah, that is very shocking because, like,
that's
I
yeah,
believe this is now. Every time they've come up against these superstar powered teams, they've taken that loss. So
yeah,
you're right
yeah.
about that.
So
That's something we got to pay attention to,
it's
especially
tough.
getting towards the second half of the season now. You
Yeah,
know, I gotta take a quick peek. I know this week they get a little bye week, so they'll hopefully get a little rest, and see what's going on. But let's see, it looks like I'd say the last three games, are the most high powered teams they'll play in the Cowboys, Ravens, and Bills. The rest of their season doesn't look too bad. They got the Raiders off the bye. They have the Jets twice and the Titans and the Commanders as well.
And they
So
and they had three fumbles. Miami had three fumbles that game too.
exactly. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, so when they play they've already lost to the Bills, they've already lost to the Eagles, and now they just lost to the Chiefs. Like Wayne said, man, they lost to these high powered teams, offenses, and all that. I mean, when you look back at it, I believe the only good team in my eyes that they beat this year might have been that first game of the season when they barely beat the Chargers.
Yeah, totally
That was a
agree.
2-point game. If the Chargers had time and got a field goal, they could have won the game.
Yeah,
And again, they barely won game 2 against the Patriots. They struggled that game against them as well. So, it wasn't until game 3 when they played Denver that they just put on a show, and that's
oh,
when people really started to take notice. But then right after that, they got to the abrupt halt when they played a real team. So that's something we got to keep eyes on. We got to keep eyes, especially those last 3 games of the season for the Dolphins. But yeah, the Chiefs, man, the defense, like you said, Wayne, that defense they look promising.
yeah.
And I believe also they're on a bye week as well. So right off the bye week, they got the Eagles. I can't wait for that one.
And both teams have a bye week too at that. So both well rested, both prepared for each other. So be
Yeah,
interesting.
you're right.
Very interesting
Yeah,
game.
I
So,
I cannot wait for that one. That's
oh,
going to be a fun one. That's going to
oh,
be a
yeah.
real fun one. But we also got one last game coming up in Germany this week. We got the Colts traveling out there and the Patriots traveling out there as well. Two franchises that I'm not sure where they'll be going by the end of the season. I think the Patriots, like Wayne's been trying to tell us, might be tanking this year to maybe make a splash in the draft, maybe make some trades in the offseason. But It's going to be interesting for this matchup, though. I do think the Colts will come in there and get the win, just based off the fact, like I said, I think the Patriots are tanking. They might be in full tank mode now. Bill, I think, is still going to make the games competitive just because he's Bill, but he's already got over his 300th win at this point. So I think he might be tapped out for this year. But how y'all feel?
Yeah, no, I'll say that at the end of the day, I did want us to tank and just be, first overall pick or top five, whatever it may be. At the end of the day, we will end up being that, just because how bad we are. And we're not really tanking at this point. We're showing effort through these games, you know, trying to score touchdowns, trying to play defense all the way through, create turnovers, whatever it may be. But at the end of the day, we're just not good. So I'll take this weekend as an L. Go to 2-8. Then the schedule, continues to just stay rough for the rest of the go. Wherever it lands, it lands. I feel like it'll be around 3 or 4 wins. I'm sure we won't lay down and lose two, but it's very possible. But at the end of the day, yeah.
I mean, right off that bat, y'all still got the Giants on the schedule. So, hey, looking
Yeah.
at 3 right there.
Yeah, you know what I mean? That's what I said. 3 to 4. It should be. That's about it. But I can't see this weekend because the Colts are the only team that's been scoring over 20 points a game consecutively. Every game. And Minshew plays well.
And right now, y'all give up about 25. It looks like a game. So
yeah. And I don't know if we can put up 24 plus.
You know what's actually crazy? I'm looking at it right now. I'm looking at the stats right now. Y'all's defense gives up an average of 25.3 a game, while the Colts offense scores an average of 25.8 a game.
Yeah.
That's very interesting.
And our offense, I believe, probably averages around like 17 to 18, if that.
And what's even more crazy is the last time y'all played them just last year, y'all put up exactly 26 points on them.
Yeah.
So could we see a repeat of last year's score when y'all beat the crap out of them 26-3?
Hope so. I really hope so. That's it. But I can't see it. I can't see it no more, man. It's tough.
It's gonna be interesting. This is gonna be an interesting matchup. Y'all may accidentally win.
Yeah, just honestly, it might just be an accident.
Like I said, y'all may accidentally
win. 3 and then 4.
Y'all may just come out. Mac may fire hot. And if Mac fires hot,
and I mean he's got a new weapon. What's that guy's name? He's been showing up, Demetrius or something like that.
You talking about Douglas? Pop Douglas.
Is that his name?
Yeah, Douglas. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So I knew it was something with the D. He's been showing up for him.
Yeah.
Maybe they might get something going in Germany. In Germany, of all places.
He's gonna replace Bourne, since Bourne's been injured, so he's replacing him with all the receptions that he's getting. But we need other receivers to step up. I mean, the last game, Juju dropped the pass that could have been a first down to get us in position to at least kick a field goal. So it is what it is. The talent's not there. I'm just ready for the offseason, honestly. That's it. Excited for the offseason.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's go ahead get right over into the next thing right here. We got, after a terrible loss to the Packers, man, the Rams packed up that quarterback already, sent him packing, gave him his papers, crossed him off their list, and went and brought a guy back into the NFL, one Carson Wentz. Honestly, I had forgotten about this guy. And you know what's funny? Every time I hear him now, all I can ever think about is the whole Dak versus Wentz thing. That debate as soon as they got drafted. Oh, Wentz is better than Dak. Oh, Wentz this. Oh, Wentz that. And now look at this guy.
Dak's still trash. Let's not take away from the fact that Dak is still ass, but Carson.
But the fact of the matter is, Carson is more ass.
No, accurate. But I'm just saying
that's my point here.
Comparing to, never mind.
It's all right, man. It's okay. I get it. But the Rams are currently on a bye week, so Carson Wentz may not even get to be able to see the field because Stafford may be able to get some rest in during this bye week. So I mean, I don't know how good this is for Wentz. I don't know how good this is for the Rams. I don't even know if he'll even get to see a playing field. But just good job getting some money.
He gonna play. They signed him, so he damn sure gonna play.
Yeah, good.
If they ain't got no reason to have Stafford get hurt anymore, so he gonna play the rest of the season. So he gonna play at some point. And
good signing.
Not hurt, and if Stafford's hurt, they're gonna play him regardless.
Mm-hmm. It's a good signing for them. I mean, they have a competent backup in his actual role where he needs to be. Where he's been needing to be for a few years. He's finally accepting it. He's a backup. So I feel like he's in a good role for himself behind Stafford, especially. Probably learn a little bit, and then in that offense too that McVay runs probably will suit him perfectly for it. So he will see the field for sure because unfortunately Stafford just can't stay up. So.
And he's got weapons there, so I don't want to hear it if he don't get it done. He's got three wide receivers there that
Puka. My guy.
Puka, he's got Cup, he's got Atwell, and he's got running backs over there. So you know what? I don't even want to hear it. The Rams should be a team.
Running backs.
Yeah, Kieran Williams, if he didn't get hurt, man.
But he's
not bad.
That's it. That's all they have.
So so they have a running back and they still run by committee, so it's still pointless.
It's all right. They'll be
TRA draft.
It's all right. They're 3-6, and I don't see them going anywhere anyways. So
I like that.
But speaking of a worse team than 3-6, man, there's the 1-8 Cardinals, and and it looks like they're trying to bring Kyler Murray back this week. For what reason? I really don't understand. They're completely, to me, I feel like already completely eliminated from making it to the playoffs. I know the E's not by their name just yet, but that's loading real soon. So to me, I'm like, what's the point of bringing Kyler back just so he can get hurt again? Call of Duty's getting ready to drop, so we know what's about to happen with that. We know what time it is when it comes to bet against those games.
Don't disrespect Kaka. Kaka come back and he's gonna do some things. And you can't just.
You're right. He gonna do some things with the controller.
Look, Kyler Murray gonna come back and have 320+ fantasy games.
No, he's gonna have 320+ extra followers on Twitch.
That's still a lot.
That's what he's gonna be doing.
I need that right now. I need that.
We all need that. Make sure you follow us on Twitch.
On Twitch. TSAB2_.
TSAB2_ social frequency, all of that on Twitch, man. Make sure you follow us too. We need that 320 just like Kyler.
Need it.
Oh my God. Yeah, they're 1-8. Honestly, I feel like it's just for him to show that there's some fight in him and probably in the team because they're a couple pieces away, but they do need their quarterback back. And if he's healthy, why not? Go ahead, go for it. They're paying him all that money. At the end of the day, you got to play. That's just like Deshaun Watson right now with him going through a shoulder injury right now. He doesn't know what's going on. They're paying you all that money. You got to play. You're the head of the franchise, so got to get it done. And if he's fully healthy, why not? Why not? So go for it.
Yeah, well, hopefully, I'll say this. Hopefully he doesn't get hurt again. That would just be very upsetting. Very disappointing as well. I would not like to personally see anybody get hurt. But we'll see what happens with Kyler. If he does come back this week, we'll see what happens. But speaking though of the Cardinals, man, before Kyler was supposed to come back, there was a quarterback that stepped in, wasn't looking that great, but still managed to get a win there. Joshua Dobbs. He ended up getting traded, went over to the Vikings, and got forced into playing already. Barely even there. Had to take some snaps already, but he came away with the win. Joshua Dobbs, man, he's on a journey, and I'm kind of getting the Geno Smith vibes here. Kind of getting those vibes. I don't know if he'll do anything over there on the Vikings this season. I don't maybe Jefferson will come back. I don't know if they'll be able to make the playoffs. I still got the Lions winning that division for sure. I think they got that sealed up, but maybe a wild card's in the future for Joshua Dobbs this season. Maybe we'll see a wild card, another first round exit for the Vikings this year. But how y'all feel about Dobbs and him getting back into the groove?
Yeah, more than likely. They should make the playoffs. Their schedule is pretty weak on the back end right now, so they should if all goes right for them. And then they are a really good defense. And they have very very good coaches too. So and Dobbs is a smart player, so I like what he's been able to do so far. Sky's the limit. But I think Justin's coming back in like 2 more weeks though, still because he said he wants to be 100. So he gives himself 2 more weeks.
Wait, who is he playing behind?
Who, Justin?
Justin.
Jefferson, because he hurt right now.
No,
He got the
not
hamstring.
who was the other quarterback that the Vikings had started before Dobbs?
It was a rookie.
Now they get rid of that rookie and they start in Dobbs for the rest of the season?
Yeah, because the rookie got a concussion during the game, and then
Yeah.
Dobbs came
I
back in
remember,
and
yeah, that's
played.
what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
Jaron Hall, yeah, he got a concussion.
But that's what
Yes,
I'm saying.
they
If
gave up
that
on
wouldn't
that.
if that wouldn't have happened, Dobbs wouldn't have played, so we wouldn't be having this conversation.
I'll say eventually he still would have played because I don't know if the rookie would have played well, man. The rookie was
Eventually, but would he
uh,
have had that game though?
mm,
In question. I don't like I said.
Well, yeah, we don't know. So
that's
that's
nice.
why we got to see what happens. I think this week is going to be a good test for him when they play the Saints. I think that'll be an interesting game.
Is it in New Orleans?
No, it's not.
Oh, that's not going to be tough at all. I'm sorry, it's not going to be tough at all. But we'll see, because they still have a very good defense. But yeah, we'll see. Don't sleep on the Pastronaut.
But like you said, man, they got a very very slight schedule when you look at it. They do their 3 of their last games are all divisional games though, so that's and 2 of them are against the Lions.
Yeah.
And we all know those games are going to be tough. But they should have Jefferson back fully healthy by then for Dobbs or whoever is under center at that time. So those matchups will be key, probably for the division. Just because of how the Vikings schedule plays out right now, those games could be very well for the division. Might be interesting. But
Yeah,
speaking of games for divisions and speaking of guys who are showing out and showing up, CJ Stroud. He's showing up, showing out. Broke a record. Yeah, there it is, Sav. Of course. Yeah. Okay. Yes, sir. CJ Stroud, man, breaking rookie records for passing yards this week. Breaking what was it? Andrew Luck's passing record this week. Threw for 5 tugs this week as well. Came back on who did they play? The Bucks. Came back on the Bucks this week. Got the job done. Looking like a clear front runner, as Sav was saying earlier, pre-production for Rookie of the Year award.
And now he was saying MVP. He said MVP.
MVP.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know about MVP.
I definitely meant Rookie of the Year. Did I say?
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
I was gonna say. I feel like
I said MVP.
I feel like you said MVP. Maybe I was tripping. I don't know. But...
If he did,
I may have said rookie. I may have said rookie MVP. If anything.
If he did, I knew he meant Rookie of the Year. I knew he didn't mean MVP.
I may have said Rookie MVP. If anything.
Yeah,
I knew what he meant when he said it. I knew he didn't mean MVP. Yeah. I knew he wasn't going that far. It was a spectacular game, but
now that we're halfway through the season, in question, who would be considered an MVP for the season? That is very questionable.
It's a good question.
I'm just saying that was really just not to be an off topic, but since we ended up bringing like the correction of the correction, like damn, that is a good question. I don't even have a name to throw out there currently.
That's
No
you know
clear
what?
cut.
You know what, Sav? That's a great question. And how about this? We think about it for this week. We'll come back and we'll put it on the slate for next week and give these fellas our predictions. We'll
That's
give
it.
these fellas predictions not only for MVP, but we can run down the whole slate for them coming up real soon. There you go. Coming soon. Predictions. There's a spoiler alert. Straight
There we
from
go.
Sav.
There we
There you
go.
go, Sav.
Heard it.
You made the list for the next production. I'm gonna give you the pen this week.
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna have Sav write it up. There it is. But let's get right back, man. CJ Stroud put on a show this week. Looked like he wrote up the script this week with them 5 tugs, as I was saying. Man, how y'all feel about CJ, man? I know we gotta show him some love some more. How y'all feeling?
I started a franchise with him, with the Texans. Just that's how good
Let me ask you, did you do that during the game or after?
I did that during the game.
During the game. How many touchdowns did he throw already? Do you remember?
In that game,
Yeah, before you started the franchise.
I want to say it was 3. I want to say I started right at halftime.
Right at halftime. Oh, he said, I've seen enough. Halftime hits, it's time.
Yeah, I seen it at halftime, and then I also tried to trade for him mid game to none other than Senor Wayne. And you know what the worst part was?
Sure did.
It wasn't until after I submitted the trade that I realized whose team it was to. And we were on here when I had told Heaven, I was like, bro, I just sent him a trade that I know he's gonna send back. I was like, bro, I was like, no, I was for correction. First, I was hyped. I was like, oh yeah, I'm about to get this shit. This shit about to go through. And I realized I was like, wait, no,
Let me ask you, because I do remember that, Sav. Wayne, I wasn't with you. So when you saw the trade in your inbox, what was your reaction?
I laughed because the thing is, I saw it and it popped up, and I was like, okay, trade from Unity. Okay, it's trade. All right, let's see what's going on here. Let's see what he wants here real quick. And then I see it's for CJ, and he was trading Javante Williams and somebody else, and I was like, nah. Regardless, it was a no.
Yo, Javante
Regardless, it was a no.
Williams.
Yeah.
Yo,
CJ
he thought you were a sucker for sure.
yeah. I couldn't do it. That's why you got to
had
carry
one good
2
game.
quarterbacks.
Why not? It was a
You
risk.
have to carry 2 quarterbacks. If Jalen Hurts, goes down, I got CJ. I'm upset I didn't start CJ
I
in the last
learned.
game.
Look, last year I did I drafted 3 quarterbacks in fantasy, and I learned the hard way. And I was like, this is not it. I drafted 3 quarterbacks who all ended up hurt, and I still ended up having to go get a quarterback.
2 solid ones. Nope, not the same bye week. You're good.
But I had Lamar, Kyler, and
Yeah.
and Jalen last year.
Yikes. That's very unfortunate.
Last year I was quarterback heavy. This year I chilled out and went running back heavy. And of course, tragedy struck again.
What you did.
So it just sounds like whatever position you go with in fantasy,
just let the computer pick that one.
Just bet against all year.
No longer drafting, because the fact that you are 5-2 with a computer drafted roster is insane to me.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I forgot about the draft. Hey, shout out to the computer, whoever the mod was for that, or whoever chimed in for me. I appreciate.
That's how it goes. That's how it goes. Unfortunately, they just draft the best players for you.
I appreciate you. You did well. You did a fine job. And I will tell you this: if I win, I will share some of those prizes with the computer. I'll buy some more memory for it. Hey, but let's get back on. Let's get back on topic, fellas. Man, there was a 4:00 game there was a couple 4:00 games last week, but there was one in particular that came down to the wire. It was a thriller of a contest. I'm talking about the Eagles beating the Cowboys in one of the biggest divisional matchups thus far of the year. To me, it was the only 4:00 game that mattered. I personally feel like a lot of this has to do with our run game and us just not being able to give it 100%. I know when Tommy listens to this, he's gonna be like, "Whoa, did Hefe really just say that?" But yeah, I did, and I'm gonna say it right now. I have to apologize to Ezekiel Elliott, man. It's taken me this long to realize that what he did for the team and what he brought was more than what I got to see. And this is the first year I'm seeing it. Pollard just can't get it done after the first 3 weeks of the season. He's been on a downward trend, and it is the most unfortunate thing to see. I'm not
Cowboys
saying
fan
we need
apologizing currently. I'm kind of shocked.
Yeah, bro. When I say wrong things, I gotta come back and I gotta be a man and I gotta apologize. I've said a lot of mean things and rude things about Elliott and wishing he would have been traded years ago. But after watching Pollard just muck it up week after week after those 3 games, it's just been sad to watch, honestly. We need a powerhouse running back in there, and put Pollard back at the number 2 position. Pollard is a good backup running back. He's not a number 1. I'm just here to say that number 1. Number 2, Eagles, man. Good win. Good win. It was a good home win. It was a good victory for y'all. And I can't wait till y'all come to Dallas. I'll see y'all then. But until then, man, what y'all got to say?
Yeah, good game. Good game overall. Just a couple miscues, of course, by Dallas that could have really went their way. But it was a very good game overall. Both quarterbacks played. We knew it was going to be a shootout. It definitely went over the over and under amount that it was supposed to go to. But no, good win. I can't wait to see the game in Dallas because that game will be so much different. Obviously, that's just how it goes all the time. They always split it that way, and more likely it'll be another playoff matchup too. Because seems like the teams are evenly matched up. Even though Jalen was a little bit hobbled up a little bit, but teams are basically evenly matched up. Of course, missing Trayvon Diggs is a big piece too, but I think Cowboys should be okay. Cowboys should be okay at the end of the day. Bouncing off what you said about Tony Pollard, yes, you guys do need a power back, like we're discussing. At least just somebody who can come in there and help out, because Tony's a good combo back, help out, and he's a good in the passing game too as well. That's what you really need in today's game. But still, at the end of the day, you need that power back to get through the hole and get it done because Pollard just is scared of contact, unfortunately, as a back.
Yeah,
So,
just somebody to open up the passing lanes. I mean,
exactly.
now with this whole Bryant signing, I mean, like I texted Tommy as soon as it happened. I mean, it's either like I told him, it's either going to be a good thing or it's either going to be a bad thing. So we'll see what happens there. But
And what is Zeke even doing anything for y'all?
He's chilling.
I think he had one good game.
Yeah.
Getting wasting his whole career because y'all decided you ain't want to pay that man. Crazy. Now y'all sorry. That's what y'all get. Respectfully. That shit blows me because, like I said, y'all wanted to be selfish, and not pay the man who was carrying your workload, saving Dak ass.
Yeah.
Tragic. So I'm gonna say. I appreciate you apologizing though.
At least give him 2 years. You should have gave him like a 2-year contract.
You apologize. Nobody else is going to own that shit. And I keep that a beanie because that's some real. So I appreciate you apologizing. Although he just sitting in New England, just cold,
just rotting. Unfortunately, he's rotting away right now, man. So
he like Wayne right now, except instead of a blanket, it's a jacket, insulated jacket, just cold in the cold.
Yeah, he went from that warm Texas weather to just cold air.
Cold, yeah.
And I hope y'all offer him and he tell y'all you got to max him.
But I will be waiting for that December 10th date, week 14 of the NFL, when the Cowboys play the Eagles again on Sunday night. I will tell you that. Sunday night
great
football.
Matchup.
All eyes will be on that. It'll be another. That one's got
to win.
In Dallas, yes, sir. In Dallas, yes, sir. We're splitting with the Eagles. Ain't no way they're sweeping us.
I got them sweeping you, bro.
Ain't no way. Not letting it happen. Not letting it happen.
28-21. Dak throws an interception in the fourth. T-Raj.
You heard it here now. Me heard it first.
We'll see what ends up happening.
All day.
But let's get right into the next thing, fellas. The Raiders, they straight up embarrassed the Giants in their first game since firing their GM and head coach. They ended up firing up cigars celebration, but are all celebrations way too early right now after just one game and just beating the Giants who
they
are the Giants?
won. They won with a new coach off a short week. Take it. Dude, that's something you got.
But do we light up cigars because we beat the Giants?
Man, we smoking Giants pack. Ain't got no choice.
Yeah, at the end of the day, yeah, you got to celebrate. You got to be happy. You know, it's a new culture change within the locker room and everything like that. So they had to celebrate it. Some people were smoking other things outside of cigars.
Yeah.
So that's just what it is. Yeah. So
the Red Phantom was wilding.
Yeah, it was a good time. They should. I mean, they have another New York team coming again here this Sunday, and I feel like they should.
That should be an easy dub.
It should be another easy dub for them, honestly. And
but then again, if Garrett Wilson tees up, it's over. And if Brees Hall can get loose on the ground, it's over.
But you're faulting the wrong Wilson. You need Zach Wilson to turn up because Garrett Wilson gonna turn up.
Nah,
but Zach Wilson, you know, I mean, he
like I said, Zach Wilson's that guy. Zach Wilson's that guy. I told y'all that. What episode did I say that?
Look, fam, I'm trying to believe it, but that man just.
I think that was week 4, week 5. I said that.
He's led in some games.
It may have been it may have been week 2. Because
I think it was a game against the Chiefs. The game against the Chiefs when they played, something like that.
Yeah. It was either 2 or 3. Whenever we came back and had that convo.
But I can't.
I don't know, man. I think the Raiders are celebrating too early though with this one. They beat the Giants. I mean, the Giants aren't anybody this year.
Right, but they're the Raiders. They ain't beat nobody either. What you saying?
Exactly. So there's nothing to celebrate yet.
Once again, it's not the fact that they just beat the Giants. It's the fact that they won a game.
They're under 500.
You got to think about it.
Hey, look.
You got to think about it, though.
They're not taking into everything as a count.
They just saved their season though too. They're 4-5 now. You know what I mean? They did with a weaker schedule.
So let me tell you this. So like you said, the Jets come to town this week, right? But after that, they play the Dolphins and then the Chiefs. They're looking at 2 straight losses.
If the Dolphins play anything like they did against the Chiefs, I don't know, my boy.
No.
And you got Max Crosby going it too.
Yeah,
it's not going to be sweet.
The
Raiders aren't going into it. It's not going to be sweet.
But the Raiders aren't a good team.
The Chiefs game might be a split because it's divisional. It's divisional with that Chiefs game, so it might be a little bit tough. You know how those games run.
Right, but even still, if it was anybody other than Max Crosby going it to it, then I would be not as confident in that statement. But Max Crosby not like that young is boosted right now.
Yeah.
The Red Phantom is on the
somebody test that man. Get him tested.
Red Phantom is on some ish. The Red Phantom is invited to the cookout as long as he brings his tat artist. I don't care. He can come.
He's legit.
Like,
I need to find him.
As long as the Red Phantom brings his tat artist, he can come anywhere. But like, he get a plate for sure. You get a plate, mama potato salad, mac and cheese for real. You ain't gotta have the big.
Hey, Thanksgiving is coming up.
You definitely get a plate, my dog. I promise you.
Hey, but you know, speaking of guys that'll be sitting around asking for somebody to bring them a plate, Daniel Jones ended up getting hurt in this game, so he's gonna be sitting down for a little while.
That whole team is injured. That whole team replicates. That whole team's injury status is like the Memphis Grizzlies right now.
Yikes!
It's rough, man.
Just defeated.
It sucks. It sucks for them, but honestly, I feel like this is a good sign for the Giants. Because they're in the position now. They didn't really pay Daniel Jones that much money. They paid him money. It looks like there's a lot of money, but they didn't pay him that much money to really afford him taking an L next year, really, because they're in a good position to draft another quarterback and a good quarterback at that within the draft and just start all over and get somebody that Dable could start up with. So I feel like all they need is really a quarterback and a couple receivers, and they should be right back to where they need to be.
They need an offensive line.
Yeah. Hey, if they get Caleb Williams, man, he's escaping all of that. you know what I mean, with ease, and he could spin
Hey.
that ball. So he wants to go there. So
Hey.
that's one of the teams we want to go to. So
Hey, I
we'll
want to
see.
reach. Hey, look,
You know?
and that shit is hilarious now. Y'all right? That boy's going this. You ain't got no choice now.
He going, bro. He
Hey,
Hey,
going.
watch.
Hey,
Hey,
look.
let me tell you something.
When you start losing and you're not
Yeah.
used to losing, that shit hits you different.
Oh yeah, he's
I
going
see
out.
that
Yeah,
boy
he's done.
crying in the stands. I was like, oh, he leaving now for sure.
Yeah.
Oh,
I gotta stay
Hey,
there.
let me tell
And
you something.
his
Hold on.
defense letting him down. It's not even
Can I-
on him. Come on
Let me
now.
tell you. Let me
Yeah.
let me tell you something. Let me tell you something.
Let me tell you something.
If Caleb Williams goes to the Giants, he's going to be just like Daniel Jones.
Oh God. Get
What
this
you
guy.
heard? Hey,
Get
look,
this guy.
you heard
off
it.
the
You
screen.
heard it. Hey,
Why
look.
are we doing that?
Get this guy
just-
off the screen.
I'm telling you right now. You
you
heard
say
it here
So,
first.
are you saying that Caleb Jones and Daniel? No, I'm sorry. Caleb Williams and Daniel Jones are the same.
No.
athlete. The same
But
quarterback.
I'm telling you, it's going to be the same thing.
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Huh?
How do you say how do you figure that? Like how do you even fathom coming up with a prediction like that? That's crazy.
Just watch. It's gonna be the same thing. Because remember, we called Daniel Jones at one point Vanilla Vic because he was escaping the pressure, being exclusive.
Whoever said that?
That was social media. Stop this.
What?
But was he not running? Was he
Whoever
not getting?
No. That is the very first time I've ever heard that used.
What do you mean, Tommy? Tommy called him that like 4 episodes ago.
Ain't no way.
He's
Never been
that. He's
The closest anybody been to Mike Vick of that complex has probably been Johnny Mann.
Well, I mean Lamar, but
no, you're talking about of the pigmentation.
oh
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, if we're going that way.
Come on, dog.
What?
Yeah. So we'll go ahead and probably Baker Mayfield too. What's wrong with that? Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
But nah, I wouldn't consider him that. And then like I said, he's not a passer, man. Like he's not like that. Like Caleb will escape and find a receiver. Daniel Jones gonna escape and find a slide or throw the ball out of bounds. There's a big difference. I'm sorry. It's just a big difference. So,
I just don't see the system improving if Caleb was there.
And it's not like they won't improve their O-line. You know they will. Especially if they bring in Caleb.
How many picks do they have to get O-line and or what is their cap availability as well? Things they have to keep in the question.
They got to get rid of Daniel Jones too because they just signed.
You ain't got to get rid of him. You sit him. If you go draft a quarterback, you sit him.
He got two. He'll have 2 more years after this because he's on his 3-year contract. Yeah, 2 more freaking
literally,
years.
if you go and draft a quarterback, and that shit don't ever make sense.
And on the rookie contract,
if you're not going to start him. I don't understand
it. What a waste of a signing.
And it is.
Should have wasted it on Saquon.
That's on them. Exactly. This should have been a 3-year contract for Saquon.
Didn't they get Saquon money? I swear they just gave Saquon.
They gave him a 1-year deal.
A year for like $10 million. So
might have been 11, but even still, 1 year.
Back it up.
Yeah. So
Saquon may come down. Hey, I heard Saquon may go to the Commanders.
Saquon out after this year, regardless.
Unless they bring the Commanders because
Saquon may go to the Commanders. Bruh.
They got Robinson and Gibson. They good.
We seen what Robinson's doing now. Robinson looked just like Antonio Gibson. Please stop. Please stop. Only Robinson that's name should be in the question is Bisha.
He fumbling too, so it's kind of rough for both of the Robinsons right now.
Yeah, he fumbling.
Look, it's rough. It's rough for the B Robinsons right now.
Look at what he's doing with the offensive line he has.
Anybody named B. Robinson in fantasy is looking rough.
Accurate though, very accurate. Every running back currently is looking rough.
Yeah,
minus unless your name's Kamara.
Accurate, but
Kamara's been the only consistent running back in the last, I want to say, 3 weeks.
That's pretty accurate. But let's go over and get to the
finish.
I don't know. I don't have Mostert, but let's get into the next one. the Bengals beat the Bills again in the divisional round rematch from the playoffs last season. Bengals, man, they've recently been on a tear. They started the season what 1-3, I think it was. And then they've won like what 4 straight games. They got a big divisional matchup in Baltimore, right down the road this weekend. I'm very, very much curious to. I'm sorry, that's not this weekend. That's next weekend. This weekend they play. Who do they play this weekend? They play the Texans, so it'll be another. Actually, it'll be another big win. It'll be another big win for the Bengals this week.
I mean, I definitely think the Bengals are gonna get something done. I need Jamar Chase to do something crazy. Like, I need him to have like I don't think he's had a 50+ game yet, has he? I don't think so. Maybe
He got one. He got one, yeah.
Did he?
Yeah, he got one. I believe it was like
Was it
one
against
game
the
he went off
Cardinals or
on.
was it against 49ers? Don't matter. Neither here nor
Yeah, one
there.
or two. You're right.
Neither
Yeah.
here nor there. Don't matter.
Yeah.
But like looking back at this, like as a Joey right now, 1861, 12 touchdowns, QB rating 53.8, Mixon 490 yards, 126, 3 tutties. And Jamar currently 697 in receiving yards, 64 receptions, and 4 touchdowns. So feel like Joey B can make some magic. Hopefully get something done. I mean, honorable mention in that stat line also is T. Higgins. I think T. Higgins has 3 touchdowns as well. I'm trying to get the exact number here. Yeah, T. Higgins has 2 touchdowns as well. So 2 touchdowns, 328 yards. So honorable mention, but it's going to be interesting. We're going to have to see how everything pans out and breaks down.
Yeah, and the Bills, man, they lost to him again, so it's unfortunate. I believe right before this we got on here, I saw that they had a players only meeting for that offense after falling to 5-4. So I'm curious. I'm curious to know what was going on in there. I'm curious to know what's going to happen. I wonder if there's going to be any trade rumors again in the offseason about Diggs and him wanting to get out of there. There were some rumblings last offseason about that, so it's gonna be interesting in Buffalo.
I mean, if you think about it, what he is, Stephon Diggs currently has 70 receptions, 834, 7 touchdowns. So more, I want to say probably one of the higher in the league. It's not showing me the actual leaders currently.
No,
But
I mean he definitely still gets it done for what it's worth, but they're just not getting the wins. And
yeah,
as a
always
receiver,
positionally
and
3.
as you get up in age, you're only growing for frustration because you want that ring. And then on top of that, there was reports that he wants to play with his brother, who just signed a big contract in Dallas.
All right, you can chill out. You can chill out.
You say he's
I don't
coming
know.
to Dallas.
I don't know what Dallas rumor outlet you read, but you can chill out. You can just
Y'all
leave
ain't
him.
got no money. Y'all couldn't
Yeah,
even sign.
I mean, nah. Jerry Jones will open up the book for sure. I know that much, but
Hold on,
still, you
yeah,
can chill out.
he would open up a paycheck for that trade.
Because nah.
But no, I mean, I don't think I mean, if it happens, that'd be wonderful. But I don't foresee it happening. I do know they want to play together. But I mean, what brothers want to play together? That'd be that'd be nice to see. But I don't foresee it happening. I don't think Buffalo's gonna get rid of him. It seems like he's gonna stay in Buffalo. I'm not sure how long his contract is, but I think one wide receiver that may end up moving in the offseason if they don't continue lighting up cigars like they did this past weekend, Devontae Adams, he's going to be out. So
They another team that needs to get some sort of, I don't know if you want to say veteran quarterback or if you want to just get like a solid rookie, but they need to get one. Aiden is cool, but to keep Devontae, also you'd have to get some sort of competent quarterback, and then also fix the defense up a little bit.
Yeah,
But
Jimmy G
right,
wasn't the answer.
yeah, he
Obviously,
wasn't answered before we knew. We knew that before they even signed him. It was just Josh McDaniels trying to be in the Patriot way, which was ridiculous. But I like the coaching from Antonio Pierce and the fire. You know what I mean? I always like players, coaches, regardless, because it always helps the team. The morale and all that. But it just depends on if they can get another quarterback, man. That's really what it hinges on for Devontae. Because I saw the Jets were trying to trade for him and everything, and that one's got to trade through. So, um, yeah, we'll see.
I mean, Aiden O'Connell didn't do bad. 16 for 25, 209, 64% completion rate. And then the week before that, in the loss to the Bears, he had 10 for 13, 75 yards, 76% completion rate. But I think he came in the second half. And then the game before that against the Chargers, 24 and 39, 238, 61.5 completion rate. So, and both of those games he had interceptions. The game against the Giants, he didn't have any picks. So it's also probably a contributing factor on why they won. But it's gonna be interesting. I'm gonna allow the kid to like finish out. I definitely feel like Devontae has to have his hand more pinned into the quarterback, but then again, he's also at the phase now where he's getting his money and he doesn't care currently. Like you'll know when he's really upset because he just won't play. That's the type of person he is too. But he's also a very team oriented person as well. So he cares about the organization. He cares about the team. He's also there to help other guys get better too. So for him, it's more than what it normally would be.
All right. Well, before we get up out of here, let's go ahead and get into the last thing that happened last Sunday and our last topic here. Zach Wilson. Absolutely no offense. Couldn't find nothing, couldn't get nothing done. And it was looking like we saw Aaron Rodgers without crutches, man. Could we see him back before playoffs, if they even make it to the playoffs? And how y'all feel about the Jets?
First of all, that man Zach Wilson is what I know he is. He's trash. Let's just call it what it is. He's trash. But he
Bro,
needs to
stop
get.
playing with my man.
He has a good arm. Like he is athletic. He has a good arm, but he really needs to work on. I don't know, a lot more like game management overall. He has to learn a little bit more from Aaron Rodgers. But if Aaron Rodgers come back, I like the progress that he's making. But it is a ligament at the end of the day. It has to heal right. And the man is turning 40 in like 4 weeks. So it's a long healing period. It doesn't matter how much ayahuasca the man takes. It is a long healing period at the end of the day. So I feel like, he just has to chill just so he can be able to play next year. If they make it into January and he's cool by then bet. Go ahead and go for it. I feel like that'll be a good time. But it's just tough with Zach Wilson. I feel like they need to get closer to elimination so Aaron Rodgers can focus on next year. Because I know he'd be throwing by February for sure. He'd be running and throwing by February, but still, they need him for next year so he'll be solid and ready to go. But yeah, I can't see him this year at all. It's too old, man. Too old for that.
Zach Wilson gonna get them boys to the playoffs. Wild card. Doubled it. Doubled it. You heard it here first, chat.
Maybe their defense will. We'll see.
Wild card. Wild card. Wild card. Aaron Rodgers come back second round. Just like that.
Sheesh. I say
so wait,
if
hold
they
on.
did.
You're telling wait, hold on. He's telling us that Zach Wilson's gonna win a playoff game.
That's what he's saying.
Zach Wilson gonna win the wild card game. 17-14.
Yikes.
Aaron Rodgers gonna come back the game after that. And then they're gonna go all the way up there and then lose in the conference championship.
Okay. Well,
call it. You heard it here first.
There's a lot of things Sav has said in this broadcast today. That he's predicting a lot of future bets right here. So just remember, man, if any of those cash in, we heard it all here first from one Sav on this broadcast. But I appreciate everybody for stopping by and listening in on this week's episode. You can catch us on IG at Views from the Dot 50, YouTube Views from the 50 podcast, Spotify and Google Views from the 50, and tap in with us every Sunday right on Twitch as we go live on at Social Frequency. This Sunday for Germany, we'll be up and early streaming this episode first, so make sure those notifications are on. And then right as the game starts, we'll be getting into some game action. We'll see y'all then. Until next week, we out.